Thank you, Tamana, for that beautiful song, powerful song, the gospel of Jesus Christ. Well, adventurers, I can see you all getting the wiggles, but I have a story for you. It's only a short story, and I have some beautiful assistants that I'd like to invite up. We have a Viking Pathfinder all the way from Denmark, and a good Aussie mum all the way from Coonabarabran, and they're going to help me tell this story just for you Pathfinders, just for you adventurers. So I hope you're listening. We've got some pictures and some videos and some cool things to see. And this is our story. Thank you. So a couple of years ago, Karina and we went to Norway. And when you finish school, you might get to do that too. You can go as a volunteer, and we were working at an Adventist boarding school. And in Norway, you can see where it is. It's in Europe, the top of Europe. It's a freezing cold country. There's lots of snow. There's trolls everywhere, apparently. You've got to watch out for these trolls in Norway. And so in Norway, there is a big, big mountain. It is the tallest mountain in northern Europe. This is a big, 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 big tall mountain. And people told us all about this mountain all year long. You have to climb this mountain. You have to climb this mountain. You have to climb this mountain. So when the year was done, my mum and dad came over to Norway, and we went on this adventure. Now, Karina, you planned this trip for us, and on the website it said it was a family hike. Can you tell us about that?
In this part of the world, we love hiking. So this was rated as a family hike. On the way up, we saw people with their little dogs and their little toddlers as well. So we thought, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be just fine.
We thought it would be easy, didn't we, Mum?
Well, we did think it would be easy, and a word about that when you see the next couple of pictures. I'll explain
we'll show you.
further.
And we're off.
Here we are.
I'm Gjallarhoopigan. It is somewhere up behind us, one of these enormous mountains.
Here we go.
So this was the very beginning, and you can see behind us it's blue skies, the sun is shining, it's maybe 20 degrees, which is a scorching hot day in Norway. We're crossing this little bridge, and it's all green, it's all beautiful, and it looks easy. Look at that little mountain. We're just going to climb up. It'll take maybe an hour or so, have lunch at the top, come on down.
And I was thinking, what's all the fuss about? This little Australian woman can handle this. We've done this kind of thing in Australia before.
That's right. It looked so easy, didn't it?
Well, it did look as though that it was something that would be quite manageable.
Okay.
If you've been up Kosciuszko, surely you could manage this.
That's right. How hard could it be? And so we begin our journey, and look how easy it is. Someone's put boards out for us. There's a track. It's well marked. It's easy to see where to go. We're all travelling together. It's always best to travel together. And I know you guys know that. As adventurers and pathfinders, always work together, always travel together.
We've got all the latest hiking gear. We're kitted out.
Yeah, look at that. Professional hiking gear.
I like the awesome version of the hiking gear.
All the Norwegians had these fancy-ass clothes. Us Australians just wearing whatever we had. But off we go. You can see there's some people camping down there. Does it look exciting, kids? Do you think you'd like to do this one day? Clearly, we are halfway up the mountain. Clearly, we are very fit. We'll be up there in no time. Look how beautiful it is. This is Norway. And we were loving it. At this point, we had so much energy. We were powering up the mountain. This will be done in no time. But then, well, here, you can see our excellent hiking gear here. Things were fun. It was really easy. Sun was shining. We were having a great time.
We've peeled off all our warm weather clothes, and we've, cooled off a bit, and things are going pretty smoothly, and we're thinking, yeah, this is quite the thing to do.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking to myself, I read all of these stories about these fantastic Norwegian mountaineers, and it's all a bit of a fuss, really. I don't think, it's not challenging me too much. And what was interesting was that the further we walked, the Norwegians started to overtake us in places, and I'm looking at them and thinking, I think God has actually genetically blessed them because they are tall, they're lean,
they were tall, weren't they?
They're athletic, they're striding it out, and I'm thinking God has actually built them for this terrain.
Built for the mountains. Okay, so off we go. But look at this, kids. it begins to change. All the plants are gone. There's no little flowers. There's no grass. It's just rocks.
All of a sudden, it's really hard to know where you're going as well. There's no longer a track
Yeah,
to
where's
follow.
the track? Can you see it? Where's the track? Where do we go?
It's all clouded in. It's getting colder.
Yeah, look at the weather. It's starting to get cold.
And there wasn't just one rock. It was just rock after rock after rock. It never stopped.
Yeah, it was at this point we started going, what are we doing? This is really, really hard. Where are we going? What can we do?
You
And
took
then
the
we
first
found
step
the
out.
snow.
You took the first step out.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do my first step on the snow.
Norwegian snow.
We can turn up the sound a bit. We can hear the snow crunching. Long way up. Long the mountains around us.
So this is actually in the middle of summer, and on top of
Way
this
up
mountain,
here.
there's permafrost, so there's always snow on the top.
That's where we're heading, into the clouds, into the snow, up the mountain. We had no idea where the top was. We honestly thought it was that little grassy thing at the beginning. We were just going up and up. We think, well, maybe that's the top. And so we start powering up the mountain here. A little burnout there.
Jared,
Karina made a snow heart.
my
She
heart
was
is
very proud of
melting
that.
for you.
Your heart is frozen.
Little beautiful snow heart. But it's hard. Who's ever been to the snow? Yeah? It's tricky walking on the snow, isn't it? Sliding everywhere. You've got to have the right shoes, which we clearly did not have.
So it's not only rocky, it's now snowy and slippery. We can't see the trail. We're following simply in the footsteps of those who've gone in front of us.
Yes. That's how you know where to go. So right now we're about halfway up the snow. There's a lot of water running underneath these rocks. Somewhere under all that snow where Mum and Dad are. And it got a bit scary here. Because we thought it was just rocks below us, but you can hear the water and it was flowing really, really fast. And we thought, what if the rocks move? What if the snow moves? Are we going to go rushing down the mountain with all the water? It was getting really, really scary. We had no idea that it was going to be like this. But we kept on going up the mountain. Now, can you see in this picture? Can you see on that rock? It's a little bit hard to see. What is on that rock? Can someone see? Yeah, there's a T, isn't there? This red cross. It was bright red. And that's how you knew where to go. You would follow the red T, the red cross, and that would show you where to go. They were really hard to find, but we found this one. This is how you knew where to go. You follow the red cross.
So was the T for tourist, or was the T for track, or was the T for
Some weird Norwegian word.
some weird Norwegian word? Yeah, but we just had to keep our eyes open, because if we hadn't been able to find those red crosses, we would have been lost.
So you have to follow the markers. That's how you know where to go up a mountain. That's how you know how to go in life. Okay, here we are. Karina and I having a great old time. It was getting really cold, but we were working so hard that we were still hot, still wearing T-shirts.
I'm still wearing an Australian t-shirt.
Had to wear my Australian cricket shirt up there. So
I
we're
think-
currently heading up to this peak.
I think that Australian T-shirt has been
and
just about
here's the
everywhere.
view on our way up. Look at that. Would you like to go there one day? Yes, the boys say yes. Okay, this is where we're hiking. Really windy. And look here, how on earth do you know where the path is? How do you know where to go? So up we go. Mum and Dad are behind us somewhere, not sure where they are.
Yeah, we're puffing along in the background, and of course, the higher you go, the harder it is to get your breath, and you're starting to walk like this, kids.
See the little people on top? That's where we're
'Cause
headed.
it's harder to get that air in.
We got up to this cliff,
Oh no, this is falling off.
hundreds and hundreds of meters to the bottom,
Apparently
and all this snow. This is a glacier.
Qualifies as a glacier.
And at one point, we had to cross this glacier. I think we have a video of that too.
Now we're walking along the ridge.
Going up the ridge here.
Massive drop
You can
off.
see the edge just to my right.
Right.
See a little T there on the rock. Up we go, up the mountain. Up and up and up we go.
And we
We're
put on
almost
more
at the top
layers
of
of
the
clothes
second
as well because it's
peak over
getting cold.
2,000 meters. There's the first. There's Mum and Dad.
Mum
About
and
to
Dad are
make
way
their
down
way
the
up.
bottom. They caught us up. They were doing well.
This is
Okay,
where
so you
we
can see the snow everywhere. It was freezing cold now. It was below zero. It was freezing, freezing cold. You can see the weather is getting worse.
So
Here we go, crossing the glacier. You can see the ice everywhere. That was really, really slippery. And you didn't want to slip because off to the side just went whoosh. You did not want to go off the edge there. So up the mountain we go. Now, Mum, what happened here?
Well, at this point in the story, we had been walking for a number of hours. It felt like absolutely forever, and we'd been clambering over those rocks and hiking through the snow. And I had a bit of a low moment, and I thought, my legs are like jelly. I really don't think I can go any further. So I parked myself on a big rock, put on all the coats I could borrow from everybody, and they decided that they would head for the summit. So I'm sitting there feeling initially quite pleased with myself that I'd made a good decision and I was going to wait for the others to come back down. And then as I watched them disappearing into the distance, I thought to myself, you know, if I had only persevered, maybe I could have made the summit too. It's hard when you watch your friends walking off into the distance ahead of you and you're feeling lonely and left behind. And I thought, I wish I had dug a little deeper. I wish I had actually done it.
Yes.
I wish I'd persevered.
You can see where we're going. That was finally the top of the mountain. We finally found it. And it took ages to get up there. You can see people going up before us. We were the last ones. All the Norwegians powered past. We were the last ones for the day. It was maybe, 6 or 7 o'clock at night at this point. We were trying to still
And the
make
picture's
it.
deceptive because that's like a fairly
It was
vertical
like this.
kind of
It was so
snow face.
steep. So here we are trying to go up, trying not to slip down. It's hard work climbing up this.
We can do it!
nah, let's turn around right now.
Oh, we are Martins. Never give up.
Martins never give up.
We made it!
I'm on top of the world. Yay. Whoa.
So this is right at the top. This is what you can see.
This is insane.
The highest mountain in Northern Europe. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So we got up the top. My dad finally caught us up.
That is amazing.
And you can see in
This
the
is the
background
hardest
there,
thing.
what's behind my dad? Can you see this? How crazy is this? On the top of the highest mountain in Northern Europe, there's a cafe. How nice is that? So you can go in the cafe and you can buy souvenirs and you can get hot
Crazy
drinks and
little
cans of Coke and sign your name on a book, get a souvenir t-shirt.
You can buy food.
We never expected anything like this. Like, did you bring your credit card? It's like, no, that was not on my list to climb a mountain, but that's Norwegians for you. So that's the top of the mountain. We didn't expect that at all. And so we had a nice little rest there. We were warned about crossing the glacier, but you will die without ropes. So we were pretty lucky, we thought, to get across. And then, here we are, and we've got one last video of us going down. I think all you kids will really love this. You're going to beg your parents to go to Norway. This is how we...
Yeah. Down the big one on plastic bags. Ah! Oh! Oh, it's on my back as it went up my shirt.
Wait, I collected too much snow in front of me.
Yeah! Oh! Oh, that hurt. An icicle. Oh no! Yeah!
Okay, so that's how we made it down the mountain. So much easier, so much more fun. Sliding on these little plastic bags, way more fun. So maybe, where's Shay? We need to do a Pathfinder trip to Norway, man. We need to go to Norway, do this. So much fun. Okay, so, Galahoypigen, that was the name of the mountain. That's where we climbed, home of the giants. That was our big adventure. So if we think of climbing mountains, we think of going on a journey, we think of being pathfinders, what are some lessons that we can learn? What do you think, Verena?
Well, this particular hike, being the highest mountain in Northern Europe, was a pretty significant one. And all the time we went, oh, that must be the peak, or that must be the peak. But throughout the whole journey, there was actually 3 different peaks that we needed to get up to the top of before we actually got to the end of the peak, or the very top of the mountain. And I think for myself, we always strive for the end. But I think in our spiritual journey, in our Christian journey, I think God blesses us with peaks throughout that keeps us going. We get up to one point, it's like, hey, this is great. Oh, that's the next spot. Okay, I can do that now because I've just made it to here. So that for me, just having these peaks was really awesome.
Awesome. What did you learn, Mum?
I think that part of the fun of life is not only reaching the end destination, but enjoying the journey along the way. And adventurers and pathfinders, I would like to say to you, enjoy being a Christian, enjoy being a pathfinder, enjoy all the really great, good, wonderful things God has put in the world for us to enjoy, including outdoor adventures.
Yes. God made it all. He's the creator. He made us. He made the mountains for us. And the one lesson I want to leave you guys with, we were going up and up and up. We never knew what to expect. And then we got to the top, and you can see it was epic. It was beautiful. There was so much to see. It was so much fun. And then there's a cafe. And it's so random. And it's just even better than you thought it would be, right, on the top of this mountain. And that's what it's like being a Christian. You go along. Sometimes it's easy at the beginning. Then it gets hard, then easy, then hard. You need to travel with people. They can support you along the way. And then you get to the top, right? Jesus comes, he takes us to heaven, and we know it's going to be good. The Bible tells us it's going to be so much fun in heaven. But then just like that cafe, it's going to be even better than we thought, right? So that's why we do adventurers. That's why we do pathfinders. That's why we do Bible studies. That's why we come to church. It's to know Jesus. It's to give our lives to him, because when he comes, he will take us to heaven, and it is going to be so much fun. That is our message for you this morning. Shall I say a prayer? Okay, let's finish with a prayer. Let's bow our heads. Dear God, we thank you for this Sabbath day. We thank you for church. We thank you for all the adventures that you give us in life. We thank you for pathfinders, for adventurers, for all of the leaders, for all of their dedication. Thank you for all the fun that we can have as Christians, God. We thank you for our parents who pay for us and help us and involve us in this Pathfinder Club. We ask your blessing upon them. We ask your blessing upon this church and all the young people that are here, Jesus. We can't wait to see you. We can't wait to hike mountains in heaven with you. We look forward to that day. In your name, amen.